Hey everybody, welcome back to Funnel Hacker TV. We have a special guest on joining us today. This person, his first Funnel Hacking Live was just last year. He's actually a longtime friend of Russell Brunson, and last week he was running with the Bulls. So you definitely want to stay and hear his story and get to know this Funnel Hacking Live speaker. So we're going to roll the intro and then you will get to meet him.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Funnel Hacker TV. My name is Ben Moot. This is...
I'm Susan Leonardson.
And we are here to be able to talk to all these speakers for Funnel Hacking Live, be able to introduce them to you. So if you're not getting all the text messages every single time we go live to share every single speaker and all the news that's going on in the ClickFunnels world, make sure you text FHTV to 208-231-3797 or get all the recaps at FunnelHackerTV. There is so much going on right now in the world of ClickFunnels and preparing for the road to Funnel Hacking Live. Today's we get to talk to a very special person. This is somebody who's been a long-time friend with Russell. And apparently Russell's been inviting him for a while to come out and kind of experience Funnel Hacking Live. And so we get to hear from him. This is somebody Russell's known ever since his childhood. And so we get to hear a really cool story. But also we get a tease about what's coming at Funnel Hacking Live, because this person speaks on stages across the nation. And literally, he was telling me yesterday about how he was running with the Bulls, and he may have pulled on the Bulls' tail and gotten in trouble. And so there's some really cool stuff. If you guys have any ideas who it is, make sure you're commenting down below. We will see you guys. We want to be able to shout you out. And I apologize if my internet is giving us any troubles whatsoever. We'll be good to go. We'll figure that out. So with that all said, let's go ahead and announce today's amazing speaker of Funnel Hacking Live. It is Ben Kjar. Ben Kjar, how are you, sir?
What's going on, guys? I am so stoked to be here. I just wiped off the bull hair off my back, and we were running with them last week, just a few days ago in Spain. And guys, what a riot. But it is not any more exciting than what we're about to do in a few months. Guys, Funnel Hacking Live is about here. Can you believe it?
I can't. Like it's blowing my socks off that it's getting so close. The thing is, like, you went to Funnel Hacking Live last year, but you've known Russell for a really long time. Can you give us a little bit of the backstory, like how you met Russell and what was going on back then? And then we'll get to Funnel Hacking Live. But how did you guys meet?
Absolutely. So I live in Utah. Russell lived in Utah, and we have a big family of wrestling out here. And Russell and I were in the same club. We went to different high schools, but outside of your high school participation, you have an opportunity to wrestle nationwide in something called the wrestling club. So we were in this wrestling club together, and we just grew up competing, side by side on wrestling mats. And then he went off to college. I remember watching him in college and seeing him, excel in that level. And I was behind him, a little bit younger. And I'll never forget him coming and watching me at nationals when I was wrestling for Utah Valley University. And after one of the years of wrestling at nationals, he sat me down and was like, "Ben, you've got to come out to California. Tony Robbins is going to be there. You got to come to Funnel Hacking Live." And I remember thinking, oh, cool. Yeah, awesome. I would love to do it, but I never made it priority. And all these years of me thinking, Ben, how are you going to tell your story? I'll never forget being in the 2011 training cycle for the Olympics of 2012. And I had a mentor come up to me. He's like, "Ben, you're wrestling and training for the Olympic Games." And he said, "You need to start telling your story. The story in the Olympics isn't just about the sport, it's about the athletes." And I didn't understand that. And I started thinking, I don't want to tell my story because I was born with something called Crouzons syndrome. It's a craniofacial anomaly. My face would look way different. I would have to have tons of reconstructive facial surgeries. Doctors told me at a young age, "Ben, you're not going to do contact sports. You're going to live a totally different life. And luckily, that's exactly what I chose. I chose to live a different life. I chose not to be normal. I chose to stick out. I'll never forget my mom sitting by me in a moment of doubt, in a moment, and then I'm going to tell on the stage of Funnel Hacking Live, where I just got verbally annihilated by an adult in a public location. And I came home crying, bawling, wanting to physically take my face off in an elementary mindset. And my mom looked at me in the eyes and she said, Ben, you're different. So let's go make a difference. You're going to stick out. So let's go stick out. And Ben, let's shine. And so after a while, after coming to this understanding that, Ben, you're not just going to tell your story, you're going to allow your story to shine. I didn't have a platform. I didn't have an outline. I didn't have an understanding or foundation of what that meant. And so years and years and years of me understanding that I can tell my story, I can actually impact people. I wasn't just enough, I was more than enough, and I was born to influence. I'll never forget watching Russell and ClickFunnels grow and impact thousands and millions of people on how to tell their story, how to create this experience. And so I finally put it in my schedule, showed up to Florida, and was just in awe watching everybody on stage. And it's just an absolute experience. And if you have never been there, believe me, I stood on the sidelines for like a decade. And then I finally went, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be able to tell my story. I deserve to tell my story at another level. And so I jumped in, and it's been really cool.
That's really incredible. So last year was your first year. It was an incredible experience. It gave you what you needed to be able to be on the stage this year. You were telling us before we went live, you're like, Russell's been asking me to come speak on stage like every year. And I just never, I think I guess you can tell us why. I don't want to put words in your mouth of why you never did up until this point of like, you just didn't know how to tell your story, right?
Well, he hasn't been asking me to come speak on stage. He's wanted me to experience what it is.
Yeah.
And I think he wanted me to experience what it is to know what the stage is. Guys, it doesn't matter if you're on stage or if you're in the seat, you are in the experience. What I've been able to see since I've been able to attend in person, I've been able to see people that have been able to put their story into a package, into an outline, into a deliverable, whether it's their story of their life, whether it's a story of their product, whether it's an experience that they share, sell, or want to tell, right? And I was able to see that. I was able to see these people and just understand this is an incredible product. And even more than a product, it's an incredible community that you can share, that you can collaborate, that you can enlighten and add value to. And in turn, you get value back. I've been very intentional. I just turned 40 this year, just a couple months ago. I've been very intentional about who I allow in my life based upon their intention. And the cool thing I saw last year was the intentional people of the abundant mindset. So many areas in life, we meet people that have a victim mentality and that don't show up in life like a victor. Everyone's backed against the wall. You don't have to have Crouzons syndrome like me to be backed against the wall in life, to choose abundant or scarcity, to choose victor or victim. But everybody, every day when we pop our head off our pillow, we decide how we put our foot on the floor. We decide if we're backing or going forward, right? We decide if we are going to be very directed, intentional, focused, and designed in our approach that day, or just wander, right? And just live by default. And so I'm super stoked. I'm so honored to share the stage with so many cool people in a couple months. I've been preparing, I've been praying, I've been meditating on how to approach this. I've spoken stadiums of up to 10,000 people, down to people of 5 and 10 or 15 in a very private setting. But guys, if you have not been to Funnel Hacking Live, you've not experienced one of the most influential stages and conferences and gatherings in the country. Guys, I've been to a lot of them. Trust me. I've been to stadiums. I've spoke on these stadiums in where there's levels of people above me that I can't even see. But Russell and company does an incredible job. And so when Russell asked me, Ben, you know what? Now you've experienced what it is. Now you're part of the community. What do you think about being on stage? And I put my man diaper on because I about peed my pants. And I said, let's go, baby. And I said, so let's go run with the bulls, get prepared so I can be ready for the stage.
Dang. So, okay, Russell's been talking a lot. He's been doing a lot of last Funnel Hacking Live, and for the last little while, he's been talking about this idea of fear versus faith, and how we can act in fear, and how we act in fear, we can get stuck into this rhythm of all we do is we stay in that fear, or we can choose to live in faith. And being able to do that causes you to be in the driver's seat and stop being a drifter. Suddenly you are the driven and not the drifting. And so it sounds like that's maybe really similar to what he's asking you to talk about, because he's drilled that in several different times in beautiful ways. Jill, hear like you talking about being the victor. It sounds really, really similar, but really,
it's absolutely similar. Now, however you want to put it, it's absolutely similar. However that impacts you, my friends, whoever's watching all over the world, whatever sits to your soul, whatever sits to your mind and your heart, we are in a battle every day. And it is such a beautiful battle. It's such a beautiful opportunity for us to choose. Is it design or is it default? Is it victor? Is it victim? Right? Whatever it is. Are you just drifting, or are you driven? Is it faith or is it fear? Guys, everybody has the opportunity, whether it's in faith, whether it's in family, fitness, finance, fun or fulfillment. That's how I set my life up in those 6 categories. We have an opportunity every single day to choose abundant or scarcity. Guys, I'm going to tell you this in when I'm on stage about my family and how I grew my family incredibly rapidly by adopting 3 kids in a matter of 13 months. And I learned like quicker than I expected or really wanted to know that my kids live by the standards they see me live. They will live and portray and shadow you. I will never, ever forget my dad bringing down all the kids. We're born in a Christian faith, went to church. But my dad and my mom always said, all right, it's time to pray. It's time to pray. Let's pray. And me just rolling my eyes and knowing that 3 times a day, usually at meal times, we would pray. But the moment stuck when I walked up the stairs, not in a mealtime hour. I heard my dad, not just saw him. I heard him pleading to God on his knees at the bottom of his bed and supplicating to God about what was going in his life. In that moment, the lesson stuck. Guys, you guys are going to have the opportunity to do this and talk. And you're going to have the choice to be driven, to have faith, to be a victor, and act in action. The most recent time I saw Russell was in Las Vegas a couple months ago. We're a national tournament. I hadn't wrestled in 2 years. I started getting my wrestling shoes on 3 weeks before, because last September, when I was in Florida at the Funnel Hacking Live event, I was moved. A man named Ed Milet steps on stage and he says this: those of you guys out there who haven't heard of the child neglect that I'm talking about, listen up. We don't talk about it enough. You are neglecting your child if you're not living your dreams. Boom. It hit my heart. And I decided in that moment in September of last year, 2022, in the seat of Funnel Hacking Live, that I wouldn't just talk about my dreams, I would live my dreams. In January, I summited Kilimanjaro and attempted a Guinness Book of World Record. A world record. We'll see if I get it. I'll know here in the next couple of months. I just got back from the running of the bulls. I just signed a contract to do a personal documentary of my life. I'm in the midst of writing a book. Guys, things are right in front of us if we choose faith over fear, if we choose victor over victim, if we choose to live and not be acted upon. Guys, life is so beautiful when we choose into it.
Dang.
Amazing.
So really quick, just as a silly question, because I have to do it. Number one, guys, if you don't have your ticket to Funnel Hacking Live, this is an experience that is shared. Whether you're on the stage or not, you need to go to and get your ticket to Funnel Hacking Live. This experience is beyond all comprehension. I've been there every single year, except for the very first year. And I will always remember the fact that I didn't go for the first year because I'll miss that experience. Don't make this one of those moments where you're like, you know what? I almost thought about it. I heard Ben Kjar. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I let fear step in. I let myself shrink from the opportunity that was before me. Don't let that be that opportunity. Be able to believe and be able to take that chance and take that step, because it is so amazingly rewarding. Susan knows that just as well as I do. This is an amazing event and extremely rewarding. As a funny question, have you ever wrestled, Russell, like one-on-one? Has that ever been a thing?
No, but maybe you guys can set it up in a couple months on the stage of Funnel Hacking Live.
There we go. We had somebody ask. I needed to know.
I'll bring my wrestling singlet and shoes if you guys let me know.
Hey, there we go.
We'll see if we can make it happen.
But guys, tell you what, I know that these guys are thinking, guys, those guys out there who are thinking about, should I go? Should I not go? Trust me, I was you. I'm here to tell you guys, this is literally an incredible experience, an unforgettable experience that I'm super excited to be participating in again in even a bigger way. But I want to tell you this, guys, if it's okay, I want to offer something to these guys as a bonus. See? It wasn't too long ago that I was in the Vivint Arena, which is where the Jazz play now. It's called the Delta Center. And there was almost 10,000 people there. And people were getting invited from all over to come and watch an incredible experience. And I was able to speak. And if you guys are okay with this, I want to offer this free to everyone, right? The people that paid, that tried to be there. There's a lot of people that couldn't even go to the stadium. But we had an incredible experience. And if it's okay with you guys, I want to offer a bonus to everyone listening, that if they enter and choose to be a part of this, that they can have the opportunity to watch my presentation. It won't give you the full effect of being there, but it's just like watching on TV a little trailer that gets you interested to go to the movie. I have more of an opportunity and something more of an opportunity and something very special designed and prepared for the Funnel Hacking Live stage. But is it okay if I offer that to them, if they participate in this, if they join in with us and want to be a part of this community and see us in a couple months in Florida? Is that okay? Can I give it to them?
What do you guys think? Do you want that? Let us know down in the comments. I think that it sounds like they would like to have it. So we would love to have that be part of it.
That would be absolutely wonderful.
Awesome. I would love to share that a little bit with you guys. It's a little snippet of my story and a little opportunity for you just to see kind of what we're going to do at Funnel Hacking Live. Guys, I'm super honored to be there, super stoked. I'm preparing something special and so excited to be with you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for the bonus, and thank you for being here. Really. Yeah. Ben, what'd you say?
No, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Guys, I don't think you ever recognize the value of what's going on. Ben Kjar speaks on stage across the country. He speaks all over the place. This is an amazing moment that he was able to speak, and it's going to give you just enough drive to understand what he's preparing for you at Funnel Hacking Live. And so just really quick, if you guys do not have your ticket yet, let's go over everything that you get when you get your ticket. So not only is Ben Kjar putting in his bonus, that is absolutely spectacular, but you're getting every other speaker bonus, including what Russell's put together for you, which includes the 4-day experience. You get crazy ClickFunnels swag, which is absolutely beautiful. I love it. You get Marketing AI unlocked in your account, which is expanding and is beautiful and is crazy. I'm talking to the team like this morning, like, oh, are we going to release this to the people? Can we release this part? The things that we're doing with AI inside of ClickFunnels that only a few are able to see, that you will be able to see when you have your ticket, is beyond exciting. So make sure that you guys have your ticket. But then you're also going to get speaker bonuses. You get special other bonuses as well as recordings from every single Funnel Hacking Live prior to this one. You guys get access to every single one if you grab your ticket. My suggestion is make that decision now. It's very easy for us to sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to get that ticket. I just need to spend a week in order to get ready to talk to my spouse about this. So I need to take a little bit of time in order to make sure my schedule is actually available. The moment now is the most precious moment. It's that moment in momentum. It's that moment of calling. And it's the moment of choice. And to be absolutely frank, when we put that off for tomorrow, you lose opportunities. And there are things that are being lost daily right now. We are losing space in several different places for Funnel Hacking Live. If you are not getting your seat, make sure you do that today, because we want to make sure that you have it. We want to see you there. We want you to experience the full movement, because just like Ben Kjar said, it's something that you don't expect if you've never been there before, but it's something you'll never forget. It leaves this mark on your soul, and that calling lives with you beyond it. And it's a beautiful thing. We cannot wait to see you there. So go to funnelhackinglive.com right now, grab your tickets, and we will see you all there. Ben, thanks for being on. We appreciate you, my friend. And thank you for that amazing bonus.
God bless you guys. Thanks so much for your time. Look forward to seeing you guys in a couple months.
See you there.
There are so many people walking around who don't know that they can change the world.
You were born to do something great with your life. As an entrepreneur, you're going to have painful experiences, but all pain is temporary. And if you can survive it, you will meet another version of yourself.
I was just numb. We were racking up credit cards. We stopped paying for our house. We literally were selling furniture out of our home.
I felt trapped and exhausted by my life, and I couldn't see a way out.
I felt like a shell of who I was made to be.
In life, you are most capable of helping the person you used to be. If you used to be broke, you can help broke people. If you used to be broken, you can help broken people.
It starts with you. You hear the call. You feel it. It's beating, it's pulsing. I'm made for something more.
We get scared.
And then fear hits us.
The little voices in the back of our head.
I'm not ready. I'm not worthy. The driven say, no, I'm going to do it. The driven are you guys here today.
More people are finding their breaking point and waking up.
I have a calling
Yesterday I realized I have to do this.
There's a soul here at ClickFunnels.
I felt like I had gone through the wardrobe of the Chronicles of Narnia, and I was just like, what is this magical place that makes billionaires?
I'm going to show you the magic trick that's made me all of my money.
My best-selling framework.
You have to start out closing if you're going to end up closing.
82% of customers trust influencers.
This better blow your mind and allow you to predict the future. People need aliveness and meaning again.
Who do you want to become? What do you want to felt and experience in this one precious life?
You wouldn't be able to tell, but I ran the New York Marathon when I was 19. Life happened, and my mom passed away. One of my daughters had a traumatic brain injury, wasn't expected to live.
When you meet somebody that continues to push through adversity, that is the definition of an entrepreneur. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to sponsor you through this journey because everybody deserves an opportunity. What you do with it is up to you.
People feel a sense of belonging here.
It feels like home. It's so encouraging because if they can do it, so can I.
It starts with saying, hey, next year we're going to get that.
Russell has a way of teaching that makes success faster.
In my opinion, he's the best marketer who ever lived.
You find exactly what your business is missing.
It's going to amplify every campaign you do.
If you've been thinking there has to be a better way to do this than what you're being told, I'm here to tell you you're right.
People might say you're too young or you're too old or your body's not right or you didn't go to the right school. Then one day, they're telling people how they met you.
Funnel Hacking Live changed my entire life because now I know what I'm going to do next.
Your family's going to be blessed. Your legacy's going to be blessed. Movements are about to be birthed.
My story hopefully gave women permission.
If you believe me, stand to your feet.
You do not have to be great to get started, but you have got to start if you ever want to be great.